Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my weekly show, The Emotional Exchanges. That's the outlook on emotional exchanges. And it's where we look at what is coming to us, why it is important, and where does it lead to. And of course, that's all about the emotional parts of our lives. So I do this for the elemental signs of the zodiac, the air, fire, water, and earth signs, in order that way. And I'm using the wonderful, beautiful, modern love tarot by Ethany with art by Lucy Morningstar. I finish it off with an affirmation for each of the elemental signs, and that's from the Universal Love. So let's get going right away. We'll just get started. For the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this one's for you. So we ask, what is coming to you? Ooh, it's the stars. So it says the stars are coming to you. Emotionally speaking, this says you feel a lot of hope and destiny. It could be about a relationship you have now, or it could be about one you perceive as coming to you. It sort of fills you with a great sense of destiny. Like maybe for the air signs, you really feel emotionally something is coming to you that you felt has always been yours, whether it's a relationship or just something truly strong emotionally for you, like a destiny. It's kind of overwhelming. So why is it important if that wasn't enough to tell you why it's important? It is the Chariot reversed. And the reason it's important is because maybe in your past you have not been in charge of things. You have not been able to move towards your mark, to move towards your target. You haven't been able to hold the reins of the chariot and steer them towards the conclusion that you have really wanted. And so now the sense of what you feel coming towards you, the hope, the destiny, the inspiration it brings, tells you this will change now. You will not necessarily be unable to pull the reins of your own story towards your own success. So where will this ultimately lead to, air signs? Well, if that's what you want, I guess, but it says the Hermit. And of course, we could take that as the literal meaning of the Hermit, the idea that, this is sort of venturing into a solitary existence. But let's look at the Hermit again, too, and say the Hermit is somebody who's very much at peace with himself because they have understood these things, especially that, and they know how to apply it not only to their own lives, but it's something that they feel compelled to share with others. And so this may be saying where it leads to is you being able to share this sense of overwhelming emotional destiny that you can be in charge. It almost sounds like the air signs are becoming prophets of some sort. So I don't know, it's pretty fantastic. So let's just go right ahead then to the affirmation for them. And once again, as I said, I'm using the Universal Love Oracle. I thought that was pretty nice. I think where it leads to maybe is just a sense of knowledge and understanding, so it's about really understanding the happiness that you receive, whatever that is, and really being able to make it so central to your life. Okay, so what is your affirmation then to seal the deal? And it's embrace. Let's move these back a little bit so I could show that there. Embrace. All right. So where's my guidebook? Oh dear. There it is. Embrace. A new and exciting opportunity is about to come your way. Embrace it. You are also being asked to embrace the different aspects of your personality. Make a list of everything about you, the many facets and qualities that make you the unique person you are. Make no distinction between what you consider desirable or undesirable. Simply list everything that would describe you. Then embrace all these with love. Embrace all of who you are. The universe and all of creation will then be able to fully embrace you. I think that fits in well, because really this is saying something is coming that is so bright in destiny, you can't not embrace it, and that maybe it makes everything else you've been going through clarified. All those things that are, all the things about you, the good or bad, that you have to embrace. It's just really nice. So that was it for the air signs. We're going to move on now to our friends, the water signs. Fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one is for you. Let's see what's going on emotionally speaking for the fire signs. Are things heating up? Or are they going to crash and burn? Fire signs. What is coming towards you that will cause great emotional happiness, or pretty close? Well, maybe not. It's the Five of Swords. It's coming towards you. Fire signs, there's a real crash and burn here indicated by that. This is a no-win situation. Fire signs, be careful. There's something emotionally really volatile around you and yours at this time. There may be a lot of arguments, and these may be the kind of things that nobody's going to really win, and there is probably some absolute reasons for that. You may have to just really find a way to take it down a notch or three. So why is it important? Because all of that burdens you. This amount of hatred or anxiety or whatever is a burden to you. And you maybe have to realize that before you can really decide what it is you can do about it. And I'm not saying that this is suggesting this is a cut and run thing, but it could be, depending on what's actually going on. The first card is just really saying that there's a lot of stress and anxiety, and that there's a pretty much unwinnable situation coming on. The second card says it's important because these are burdens that maybe you haven't been dealing with. Maybe you have to find ways to release them somehow, but they are there and they're just not going to go anywhere. You're going to have to figure out how to deal with them. So where will this lead to? You have to take care of yourself. It's the Empress. The Empress in this context is very much saying, whatever is your world, whether it's only yourself or whether it's your family, it's your children, it's your best friend next door, whatever it is, you have to take care of all of that. You can't help anybody else unless you can help yourself. And so whatever the situation is over here, the thing that could be really nasty, you have to take care of yourself, because you won't be able to address what's really important. There are burdens or things that are causing all this unless you can take care of yourself. I know I sort of transposed them, but I think this one's going to really be important before any of that, in a way. Or certainly at the end of that, you will find you will have to take care of yourself in this situation. So let's give ourselves the fire affirmation now. Once again, using the Universal Love Deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. It's about 20 years old, and it's great affirmation work for people. So I'm just going to pull one at random this time. Look at that. Not looking. Yeah. Meditation, baby. Time to do the meditation. Fire signs, you need to meditate. Let's get that right now. Your soul is yearning to communicate. Sit quietly and listen. Allow the light of your soul to swell in your heart. Pay attention to the guidance that comes through. Whether you are struggling to find a solution or gain direction, stop and take refuge. Give your mind the chance to be still. Meditate upon a loving thought, for it is through love that all becomes clear. And you guys probably need it more than anybody because there are burdens here, there are strife and anxiety. You may pull through this in the end, but it's really about taking care of yourself. And I think that's one of the best things to consider is you have to find the peace within, fire signs. So that's what I have for you. And we will now move on to the water signs. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This one is for you. While I'm at it here, don't forget everybody to watch our happy hour tomorrow. It's on at the normal time of 10 a.m. We give a one-card positive message for everybody that comes to the chat room. So check that out. That's at 10 a.m. Saturday morning. All right. Water signs. What is coming towards you? What is emotionally coming your way? And it's a misadventure. It's the full reverse. You are possibly not watching both ways you're going. You may be clumsy, you may be uninformed, but whatever it is, you may be about to do something foolish or unhappy, and it's probably relating to emotions. You could be making a bad choice. You could be being fooled by somebody who wants you to make that choice. You could be falling in love in a way that is not the right way. Any number of these things, it's definitely going to affect you emotionally. Why is it important? Because you're not going to learn a lesson. Even now, it's very possible you're not going to learn a lesson. It's important because maybe in the past you haven't learned these lessons, and this is another opportunity for you to try to learn the lesson, especially if this is about emotional situations. And water signs, they can be pretty volatile. I'm thinking of myself, Scorpios, we just tend to blow up. We need to learn those lessons. But Cancer and Pisces probably have their own emotional lessons to learn too. Maybe with Cancer, it's about understanding love versus unconditional love. Maybe with Pisces, it's about really just being more confident about love. I know I'm being general, but whatever it is, this is saying you have to learn those lessons. So where does this lead to? It leads to a better person. It leads to balance. By understanding what mistakes we make or what foolish things we do or the missteps we take, the accidental things that we allow to happen to ourselves, and then realizing we are not learning lessons, but maybe we should be, we find our emotional balance. That everything in life maybe comes better when we learn to understand there are always consequences to our actions, good or bad, and we need to learn by them. So what is the affirmation for the water signs? The Universal Love Oracle deck. Soulmate. Nice. Soulmate. Love is the universal energy that fills creation. This energy is alive and intelligent. Love has heard your call. You will soon connect with your soulmate. Focus your attention on love. Spend some time each day imagining yourself together with your soulmate. See the future filled with happiness and love. If you are already with your soulmate, the message here is to always value and be grateful for your relationship. Relationships, like everything else, need constant nurturing, care, and attention. Your relationship will continue to grow and strengthen, provided it is nurtured. And I like that. I think this is saying that, yes, water signs maybe have a higher amount of difficulty making the right decisions because their emotions sometimes misguide them. And this is saying, if you're looking for your soulmate, if you're looking for something that's really real, you're going to have to meditate on it. Like we told some of the other signs, you're going to have to really work on visualizing that and wanting that. So that's what I have for the water signs. And now we are on to the earth signs. Earth signs will wrap it up for us for this week of the emotional exchanges. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And they tend to be the ones who are more sturdy, emotionally speaking. They tend to be the ones that don't necessarily make those mistakes, or at the very least, they don't always show them. They're kind of silent types there, somewhat able to shelter themselves against showing their feelings, but they are very capable of deep feelings, of course, like any of our signs. So, earth signs, what is coming towards you? And it's the reversed Page of Swords. So I think emotionally speaking, something is coming towards you that makes you feel clumsy, that makes you feel like, oh my God, I don't know how to handle this situation. I'm really feeling like pitter-patter here. You know, it's almost like falling in love for the first time, or something so new and unique that you just, it just sort of makes you feel like you're not really prepared for it. Like you just sort of feel you're a duck out of water. You're just not right there, but still that sense of being attracted is there. So why is that important? Well, it's the Hermit reversed, and maybe earth signs, you've been out in the wilderness too long. You've been standing on the lonely mountaintop wondering why there's no one for you. This is a sign. This card is saying you do need to get back into the world. That maybe what's coming to you is the sense of it's been too long. It's been too long and everything is new again. And so when it's new again, it's time to explore again. So I think earth signs, why it's important, you need to get back into the real world, whether it's about finding love or just finding a better way to be, not alone. Where does this lead to? And it's a reverse King of Wands. And so I'll be tempered with that. The King of Wands maybe is somebody who is brave and charismatic, but when it's reversed, there's sometimes still a little bit on that clumsy side, still a little bit maybe misplaced. You know, maybe sometimes some of their energy is misplaced. Maybe they're foolhardy rather than just brave. They may be taking more chances. This is saying, I think, that although you may be coming out into the world, you still have to watch for exactly how you portray yourself out there. That a lot of times you could be foolhardy. You could be really, you know, sort of going too far. So temperament and proportion and perspective are important as you move forward. All right, earth signs, let's give you an affirmation to send you off. Make it all better. Don't forget to watch Banshee's Material Matters Sunday at 10 a.m. It's more or less the material reading that correlates to my emotional reading. So that's 10 a.m. Sunday mornings. It's a recorded reading like this one, but we are live in our chat room, so you can interact with us right there. Have fun, get further ideas about the reading. Okay, Earth affirmation. Spiritual growth. That's beautiful. I like that. Spiritual growth for the earth signs. Take heart. This is a time of great spiritual growth. Powerful changes are taking place within you. It is important that you nurture yourself. Spend time in nature. Gaze at the stars at night. Walk along a sandy beach. You will emerge from this period with renewed understanding. Pools of knowledge swell from within. And that is Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges for this week. I want to thank everybody for coming by, and I will see you next week. Try to keep your heart light, but try to keep your heart's feelings deep. Take care, everybody. See you next time.